Hi, so this video is how to master Kung Fu and all internal martial arts. So what is going on is that you can feel where you are, right? You feel that you feel your body, right? You feel your mind, let your mind rest on your body, right? So your mind is resting on the surface of your body, right? That's where the mind is resting. So you can put all of your weight on the surface of your body, like your mind, put all of your mind's weight, like everywhere that you feel your mind to be, just put that weight on the surface of the body where it's already resting, right? It wants to fall down into the body, and try and get yourself to sink as deeply into your body as possible. Just pressing down everywhere. And so if you can get yourself either perfectly balanced, does the same thing as sinking down deep. So you either get yourself heavy enough that you actually sink into the body or into the ground, or you get balanced enough so that you're still floating on top of the body, but right in the center. And when you're doing that, where all of your weight is in the body, the way that you have to move is, like if I'm going to swim, I want to move with everything. Like, how do I move forward in the pool? I take these big open things, I collapse as I go forward, and I'm like pushing with the leg, minimizing my drag profile as I go through. And so that is how you have to move when you're in a denser field of awareness. So if you know that it's just how you have to move in a denser field of awareness, you don't need somebody pushing on you all the time. All that helps, like the martial art training and stuff where people are applying pressure to you. That application of pressure to you pushes you down into your body. And when you're down in the body, you're swimming, and not only that, but you're generating waves. So every time you practice, every time you breathe, every time you do something in a cyclical pattern, you're going in a circle, or you're going back and forth, right? I'm at practice, I'm not at practice. I'm at practice, I'm not at practice. And this rhythm, this thing is happening every day. Day 1, day 2, right? So when you start doing an embodiment practice, you're in the field of your body, and as you go back and forth habitually, that causes the fluid or the field of the body to start going back and forth, right? And it happens on a macro perspective the same way that you can see it happening right here with any sort of repetitive movement. You can see how the field gets this inertia going to it. And so as that inertia gets going, as you go once around the sun, twice around the sun, right? It's this vortice starts to happen, these big waves. This is seen as a change in location or a change. These big waves are, that's performances, that's competitions, that's situations to test yourself. As you go more and more and more, the surface gets like heavier. So you do the discipline, and then that makes you have your body as a bigger wave, right? What is the body other than it's a wave, right? It's coming up out of the ground, it's a wave. And so if you want a bigger body, or you want a smaller body, or whatever, like a bigger body is making this bigger wave with big weights, big movements. And it's over time, it's like you're big. You have that. The reason that the squat is so easy is because there's this big background energy from doing it for years that you just sort of ride. And doing it rhythmically or whatever makes it, right? So this big wave is perceived. How else are people going to perceive that big wave? Because that big wave is happening inside of the vortex that is you. inside of the time vortex that you call your circulation system, that big wave's happening. And so that makes the muscles look bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? Or I don't know what happens with what's fat is like you've got all this crap stuck to you, so you move back and forth on a rhythmic fashion to try and get the waves to basically wash off all of the accumulated trauma karma. But, you know, you're going so fast that whatever thing is sticking to you, you know, falls off. And then you're left with a svelte looking like otter body. As you learn how to move through the water, right, if you're trying to lose weight, you're in the water, moving through the water, and trying to get your awareness to be so dense and rushing past you so fast that it starts to shape your body into that of a dolphin. And you look sleek and smooth. And so then, yeah, you're just doing it, you're in it, so it's the same as, or if you're in a, you know, you're in a pool, you make big waves. I have videos on it. And then you're like, okay, so you see what you are. You see that you're a wave on the earth. You're a matter wave on the earth, right? So you're doing internal martial arts. You go, okay, how do so you feel your wave. You want to overwhelm them, right? With it's basically a hug, right? If you want to do soft style, and there's just somebody there, and you want to master internal martial arts, you feel yourself. You feel you've practiced moving the big wave of your body back and forth for years with practice, and so you know how to move just not yourself, but the big wave that you are. Right? When you move the big wave that you are at somebody, it'll flood them and envelop them. And so you just throw a hug onto the end of that, and then maybe they don't want to kill you anymore because you're one at them. Right. So you should, so if it's there, you've got a tornado coming at you, right? If you're fighting and you're seeing the internal martial arts, you have a tornado. You have a fractal tornado man that's like, I'm mad at you, I guess is the martial art fantasy, right? Like, I don't even know why. So you have this tornado that's angry at you, and so if you cause any sort of big swelling or change in depth, you can disrupt the tornado. So that's all sorts of different types of like stepping in, sinking, rising, all these different takedowns that are based off of that. At an internal level, it's just you're seeing what's driving them. Sometimes what's driving them might be very shallow or superficial, and you can use like a psychic technique on them and disrupt the tornado with like a big splash, right? Which they would see as overwhelming aggression, overwhelming force, or get scared or talk. Like, you can disrupt however this tornado is getting fed in multiple different ways. But let's say that you're dealing with a trained fighter who's there just for fun. So if somebody's there for fun, you can't really disrupt them with any tricks, right? Like, if somebody's there for a motivation, you can usually use that motivation to change their attitude towards you by fulfilling it or changing it. Right, but if somebody's there because they're a psychopath and they just like it, they just like fun, it's just there for fun, you can't use any tricks on them. So that's when, it's this. I would just do the same thing. It looks the same as normal fighting, but what you're just moving and you're bringing all your mind, all your body to them, and then either trying to like flood it down, wrap it down, all the different things that people drill or whatever. It's just taking that hurricane and kind of breaking it, interrupting it, like penetrating it. Right? Like a strong piercing hit hurts because it breaks the chi flow and causes the tornado to collapse of consciousness. and that's, I mean, that's all you have to do to master it. Really, is like you're just like that. You master it. It's your natural state. It's like a fish in water. Mastering internal martial arts is like it's as difficult as a fish mastering water. There's only one way to move. There's only one way to be. Right? Since there's no choice, all you have to, once you see the choice, you're an expert at the choice. And the reason people are good or bad at other things is because they've like memorized previous choices. But yeah, that's all.